So, I bet you are wondering what it's like to train with some of the world's best CrossFit athletes. I'm actually wondering the same thing too. I've not got a fucking Scooby, but you can see what it's like to train with me, Andy, and James. This is a wee Saturday session that we've done. This was last Saturday, and I'm going to talk you through it. So essentially, what we did was we started with some pushing. So this was a very upper body focused day. We started off with 6 sets of 3 strict press. We both worked at 65 kilos, and we're also operating with a kind of 3 seconds down on a tempo. We're moving on to bench press after this, but one of the things that we've been working on really tirelessly on is tempo. A couple of reasons for this as well is, one, it helps create a kind of a little bit of a different stimulus. 2, it allows you to lift a little bit lighter weight but also still progress and still gain like I said, enough of a stimulus from it, and it just mixes training up and makes it a little bit more challenging rather than just trying to see how much weight you can shift. So we're moving on to dumbbell presses here. So we worked with 65 kilos on the overhead press. Dumbbells, I think me and James are rocking with just 30s, 4 sets of 8 with that kind of 3 second tempo down. Andy chins me for my for my tempo speed. So it's always good when you're doing tempo to do it with somebody else. That way they can actually tell you, like, listen, that's not 3 seconds, mate. Because in my head, I felt like I was moving for like 5 seconds then, but when you're actually training with somebody, it doesn't necessarily happen. FYI, training in bucks is optimal for gains. Studies have been done, just trust me on that one. If you wear bucks, especially to benching, you'll see an increase of 5 kilos of muscle mass, 100%. Don't argue with me in that in the comments, because I will smash you. So we're about to move on to the CrossFit part of the session, which is where we did kind of interval style workout. So essentially the goal was to accumulate 8 rounds of 3 bar muscle ups, 24 foot handstand walk, and then 12 calorie skis. You had to accumulate 8 rounds of that, but the trick is what you had to try and do was do that within kind of 4 minutes on, 2 minutes off. So you had 4 minutes to accumulate as much work as you could, 2 minutes rest, and then you pick up where you left off to try and accumulate the full 8 rounds. So essentially the kind of goal of what we were doing here was quick unbroken sets. The goal was not to kind of come down on the muscle ups. 3 reps is a number that we can all kind of typically manage under fatigue. Doesn't matter how tired we are, we can always jump up to 3. 24 foot handstand walk again is something that we can hopefully for the most part try and do without breaking. I had to break a couple of times, James and Andy had to break a couple of times as well, but that's just something that we're trying to do and trying to work on. So here's some clips for that workout. It got really tough really quick, and I'll let you try and guess to see who won that one between myself, Andy and James. Also, give us a bit of context, like Big Andy is like a week and a bit out of having keyhole surgery in his knee, and he's literally running there. I don't understand how he can do half the shit he's doing already, but he's back and about it, training hard, and this was actually one of the ones that he could do all of it and not have to scale anything because it was so upper body dominant. So kudos to him for jumping in. Bit of a WOD debrief now. So Big Andy actually beat me by a good 30-40 seconds on this. His transitions were quick, he was faster on his hands. You'll see some of the videos, he was actually a little bit quicker in some of the transitions, so yeah, he done alright. So what we're doing here is we're just drilling some bar muscle up, technique, and one of the things that we're kind of trying to look to do is keep the kip as tight as possible. So what we've got between our feet there, the thing that came flying out between Andy's legs, is a knee sleeve, and the goal was just to try and keep your feet so tight together that that knee sleeve doesn't budge. It's a really good drill just for staying tight, especially through the kind of kip and the arch. So we've been really working on James's techers on his bar muscle ups, making them less muscly and more kind of using his hips to get himself over the bar. Man's too jacked for his own good.
Stop trying to cheat. Aye, stop trying to cheat. Look, I'm cheating.
Right, go.
That's gone. That's gone. Nah, he's got it.
Yes. Like and subscribe.
Do we do this? Dun, 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 dun.
Like and subscribe.
Dun, dun, dun.
Do you want apps like these?
So hopefully you enjoyed that video. Let me know if you want to see more, or what things you want to see, whether it be my training, whether it be other people's training, or whatever. I'm going to try and grow this YouTube thing, so I've just realised how pasty I look in this camera, which is falling. I don't know how to work these things yet. Anyway, peace. Like, subscribe, do things, whatever.